Huh? All right, welcome everyone to Byron Center High School's girls varsity tennis match. My name is Shelley Nausen.
And I'm Randall Domeyer.
And tonight we are showcasing the #1 singles from Byron Center versus Caledonia Fighting Scots.
We have 2 freshmen today, Shelley.
Yeah.
That's really impressive playing varsity tennis first singles.
Yes.
Coming out and getting that first spot on the team, earning that position. Sharon is the bulldog here, Sharon Oko, and she has wins over Calvin Christian and South Christian this year. She's got a tough schedule. I mean, the Byron Center team plays Forest Hills Central, Forest Hills Northern, Rockford, Hudsonville. So her record's 2-6 right now. Her opponent tonight is Berkeley Nelson, a freshman, and her record is 6-1.
Yeah.
And that loss was against Hudsonville.
Yeah.
Good school, 2-6, 3-6, and Sharon actually lost to the Hudsonville girl in an 8-game pro set, 5-8. So this is gonna be a good match tonight.
Yeah.
It's a little windy out here.
Yes.
So we'll see which girl can handle that wind.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Both of them have 2-hand backhands, so I think that will help.
Yeah.
But just timing,
adjusting some of their shots.
during this warm-up, we've noticed that Berkeley will sometimes go to that 1-hand backhand, maybe generate some slice. But both girls are pretty confident with their forehands. As you can see, Sharon here is a lefty, so her lefty serve will be pulling out Berkeley wide on that ad court, so Berkeley might end up going to that 1-hand backhand.
Yeah.
So what the girls are doing right now, they're going up to the net and they're going to spin to see who serves first. This is the first conference duel of the season with Caledonia and Byron Center in the OK Green this year.
Yeah, and that's the first year that Caledonia and Byron have been together, right?
Years ago, I think back
years
in the
ago,
80s.
back in the 80s,
Back
but
in the
like
80s.
it's been a long time.
It has been. We've always played them in an indoor tournament.
Yeah.
And we played them back in March before spring break, and Byron Center won actually 2 indoor tournaments. They won the Jenison tournament and the Celebration tournament, and Caledonia was in one of those tournaments. Sharon's going to start serving today on this north side.
Nice serve.
Yeah, the OK Green now is Caledonia, Byron Center, Jenison, Mona Shores, and Muskegon.
Muskegon.
I don't believe Muskegon has a team.
Muskegon does not have a team. Yeah, this wind is going to really make a difference, and they're going to really have to keep their feet moving today to adjust for some of these bounces.
15 love, second serve here.
Oh.
15 all.
Caught the top of the net there.
So the Byron team I mentioned has won 2 tournaments already this year. Their record, their dual record then is 5-4-1. But we do have a tough schedule.
Yeah.
We play 4 ranked teams with Rockford, Forest Hills Central, Forest Hills Northern, and Holland Christian.
Yeah.
And Sharon held her own. I mean, with Hudsonville, she lost 5-8 in the 8 pro set.
Yeah.
Rockford, she lost 6-2, 6-3, which isn't bad for a freshman. It looks
Right.
like it's against Powerhouse Rockford.
Yep.
And with Holland Christian, it was 6-3, 6-4. Forehand to forehand.
Yep.
Sharon is able to run around her backhand
Yeah.
and an inside-out forehand, so the girls are playing this point with forehands, but Sharon did have that 2-hand backhand there. She's moving the ball around well. If that's an indication of what this match is going to be like, it's going to be a long one.
Yeah.
Both girls seem pretty determined. So Sharon's now serving 15-30.
Yeah, not neither of them, looking like they want to find their way to the net.
And Sharon hasn't had a first serve in yet.
Yeah, she might have to. That wind might be messing with her toss a little bit.
.40 double break point. On court 2, we have second singles.
Yep.
She has a record of 7-2 for the year, with only 2 losses, one to Rockford and one to Forest Hills Northern. So she's starting out pretty well this season.
Oh, nicer. Oh, this long.
Good second serve.
Yeah.
But Berkeley did a nice job getting that back.
Boy, tough backhand.
It almost looked like it was going wide.
Yeah.
Berkeley didn't make a call, so yeah, Sharon really went for that shot. Still down a break point here, 30-40. Big point. We'd like for the Bulldog to start out with a win with her first service game.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the first serve.
Yep.
There's that two-hand backhand.
That's yeah.
She's got a good angle.
She really gets a great angle on that two-handed backhand.
Yeah, I would say these last 2 points, she's really won the points because of that backhand angle.
Yeah.
So it's deuce. She was down 15-40 and she's back deuce. We have 8 matches going on today. Shelley, you want to tell our audience how that works?
Yeah, so each team has 4 singles matches going and 4 doubles. They will play 2, because it is a conference match, they'll play 2 out of 3 sets. Each set consists of a player having to win 6 games, must win by 2, so if they get to 6-6, they would do a tiebreaker.
So Sharon's up add in now, advantage in, so she wins this point. She wins the first game of this first set.
Yep.
She's won 3 straight points. That was really nice to see as a freshman having this first game here on a windy day. She was down 15-40, but here she is in a position to win this first game.
Yep, Mallory took her first game, looks like. So.
Second serve for the Bulldog.
And Berkeley pushed that wide.
So Sharon wins that first game.
Yeah,
They're
that's a
gonna switch sides.
good start to that game. We want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Byron Township, a community on the move,
And Gaines Charter Township.
and also our bronze sponsors, Fast Signs,
Pete's Grill and Tavern.
and Promo. If you'd like a copy of today's game or any other event covered by BCTV, not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website at www.byrontv.com for either a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15 and DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today.
Sharon forced Berkeley with an error there. It was a good serve, and Sharon had an excellent return, and Berkeley pulled that forehand wide, so it's love 15 for the Lady Scott. Some inside out forehands, but that forehand can win points for. She needed to get a little closer to the net. I love the idea that she wants to get up to the net, but that's not a position she wants to be in to try to hit a volley.
Yeah.
15 all. Sharon's taking her time here after losing that point.
Yeah.
Excellent return.
Yeah, she's got hard ground strokes.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that, Berkeley's seems like she's more of a
steady player.
Yeah, just gonna
Try
get
to
it back. Just get it back. It's like hitting against a wall.
Yeah, Sharon's going to go for some shots there, for some angles, which she's already done.
Yeah, Berkeley doesn't have a lot of power. Like even her serves, not a lot of power in them. I'd like to see Sharon almost come up a little bit to meet some of those serves.
And it's 15-40. Sharon now has double break point.
Yeah. But yeah, because those serves aren't super strong, come up into the court and just really jump on those a little bit more.
It's hard to tell how the wind is swirling today.
Yeah.
That might be one of the reasons why Berkeley's serves are falling a little short when she's serving from the other end. We'll be able to tell a little bit here when she switches sides. But again, here we are. Another back-to-back point here. Forehand. Hits to Berkeley's backhand. Berkeley runs around the backhand and hits it out forehand there, so she can do what Sharon was doing earlier.
Yeah.
Sharon's got a little bit more power, but forced.
Yeah.
Berkeley just was in there.
Yeah.
Just wide.
Just came under that a little bit too much.
30-40. On the next court over, we can see that Mallory's score says 1-0. We'll be watching that match again as well today. So here we are, love, 2-0 for the Lady Dog. She does go for a little bit more than Berkeley does on that first serve.
Yeah.
And that was wide. Love 15. So the Byron Center Bulldogs are coached by Jared Crandall and Andy Ely.
Yes.
And the Caledonia team is coached by Mike Wilson and Coach Eric, Coach Duck, and Coach Chris. Chris actually is the father to our first singles player, Berkeley Nelson. Nice to see a lot of people volunteering their time because I believe Chris and Duck are just both volunteers.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
She moved in well.
Yep.
Timed it well. She
It
knew.
didn't go for anything huge.
No, it was a tricky shot.
Yep. Because the wind can take that ball, but she was just patient and just tapped it with a little bit of an angle.
Nice serve. That's going to drop in.
Oh, wow, that was cool. Oh, just wide. That was great. It's a good try.
15-30. That serve looked like it was long, Shelley. But the Lady Scott played it.
Yeah.
Berkeley's doing a nice job controlling the speed of Sharon's ball.
Yeah.
There goes that shot again.
Yep.
Good hustle by Berkeley.
Yeah.
She ran well to get that shot back, but the toughest shot right now on the court is Sharon's two-hand backhand.
Yeah.
By far the strongest.
Yeah. So for 30 all. For those that don't know and didn't catch on, that the players are their own judges, so they have to call their own lines, and so sometimes when we see things that might be in or out that aren't called that way, that's up to them to do that. The only time that there will possibly be an official on the court would be when they get to the state tournament. And then there is a USTA official that will roam the court. Won't necessarily always make calls, but will sometimes do that and overrule calls. But it's the job of the girls on the court to make the line calls and do so fairly. And I know we've always said that if you're not sure, it always goes to the advantage of your opponent. So
Coach,
Berkeley gets that one.
Yeah, and Coach Eric's going to come over and talk to Berkeley, and assistant coach Andy Ely, who's the head boys coach, is talking to Sharon.
Yep.
Sharon had her opportunities in that game. I think the deciding point was that lob that Berkeley played so well that Sharon came up and she put that ball away, and then Berkeley had a lob that stayed in with the help of the wind. We have 100 years here with the MHSAA celebrating a century of sports. Help celebrate 100 years of MHSAA by visiting us online to see exclusive content about the people, places, and things that make school sports so special. Rivalries, records, and remembering some of the state's top players. Relive it all at MHSAA.com. Thank you to everyone who has been a part of a century of sports.
All right, so Berkeley serving from the sides. He wants, push that just long.
I like how Sharon's coming up to the net, though.
Oh, that was that backhand. She can get quite the angle on there, and she just hugs that line. Oh, that's hard. It's hard with the wind because that ball can come towards you or go away from you, and when you're running back to go get it.
Yeah, the player has to take little subtle steps, little stutter steps.
Yep. Can't plant your feet too soon. 30 low. It's the first double fault I think we've seen today.
I believe from Berkeley.
Yeah.
But Sharon still is in this game. The Lady Scots up 30-15. Sharon does not put much top spin on that two-hand backhand.
No, and she definitely has the more power between the two of them.
Especially on that side, backhand side. So it's 30-all.
Good choice.
Second serve.
Nice.
Mallory Johnson over on the second court is up 3-0. That sophomore is really starting her season out really strong here. So here we are, 30-40, another break point. I've seen a number of break points already in this match. It's an early match.
Ooh, that just pushed long,
So we go back to deuce.
Yeah, that wind's fluctuating from the southwest or northwest, so she's trying to hit that back corner with a lob. It's going to be hard. Nice.
That was a great point because Sharon had an excellent, Berkeley had an excellent serve.
Yeah.
That Sharon returned so well, and then she just came up and hit it to the ad court.
Yep.
Nice and low go.
Yeah, she got her feet just set a little too soon, and that ball just died, and she couldn't get started enough to get going. So Sharon goes up 3-1.
This BC team is a really young team this year, Shelley.
Yeah.
We have 5 freshmen playing varsity tennis with 3 sophomores.
I know Coach Crandall and Coach Ely are very excited about the talent that they have, and that they are, how the next few years are going to be looking.
I think Maddie and Leah are the 2 seniors. Maddie found us back.
Oh, okay.
Love 15. There's the one hand backhand that we saw a little bit more during the warm up.
Yeah.
It's a shot that she goes to and she doesn't quite get there in time. And needs to take that extra step.
Yeah.
So here we are, 15-all.
Oh. That was the right idea. If that would have just died before it got to the net.
It was almost like she got stuck there. Her arms were
in a little too close.
Yeah, too close to try to execute that shot. It could have been in the wind. So second serve here, 15-30. Oh, here's our second serve. That was wide.
Yep.
So 15-40, double break point for the Lady Scott. But Sharon's had this position earlier today.
She was in this spot in that first game and was able to come back and win. So. Second serve. Just long.
And that's the game.
Yep. So she breaks back. So we're going to switch sides with BC up 3-2 here in the first set. We want to thank our silver sponsors, Family Fair,
University of Michigan Health West,
Orthopedic Associates of West Michigan,
and XYZ Motors.
And our gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction,
and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation.
You can follow BCTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 or on YouTube at BCTV.25 to stay up to date on our production and news.
Sponsorships. We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community, and one that makes the biggest impact is in the form of sponsorship. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content. So here we are back on serve. Sharon has broken serve a few times, but hasn't been able to consolidate that break. Excellent return.
Yep.
Good get by Berkeley.
Yeah, it is.
She's quick.
Nice, Sharon. Two great overheads right there.
Very athletic looking. She was
Very
excited about that.
Yeah. Two very good executed overheads. what is a tough day to have those. But you can tell Sharon definitely has the more power of the ground strokes, and Berkeley is just able to just kind of just get stuff back. She's that one that's just gonna run everything down, get
She's
it
the
back.
wall.
Not a lot of power, but just able to get it back.
15-0.
Wear you down.
Good angle.
Yes, she needs to use that backhand angle.
15-30. Nice and deep. Forced Berkeley to step back a little bit. Made a mistake. Mal's up 5-0 at second singles on that next court over.
Her feet got stuck. The ball kind of died when she had her feet set. Wasn't really in a good position to return that.
30-40. Still break point. That's a tough shot, that backhand volley.
Yep, that's a very
She wasn't
tough one.
quite as close to the net as she needed to be, though, to execute that shot. We go back to deuce. Sharon's sister, Soraya, is playing one doubles as a junior. So we've got one of the sisters playing one dubs and one of the sisters playing one singles.
Yep.
Excellent return. That's the second shot second time she's hit that shot in this game, where it was nice and low with a good angle.
Backhand and
add out our third break point of the game.
back to deuce.
That's why she has to time that. She doesn't put a lot of topspin on it, and that's a tough shot to time, and she usually times it so well.
Yeah.
But she needed to take an extra step on that one. Maybe what you suggested earlier by having her step up a little bit, because that second serve does fall a little short.
Especially on, when she's on this side of the court, it seems like those serves are just a little bit shorter.
Second serve deuce. Berkeley was thinking about moving that ball. Should have gone up to just move it.
I would have moved it.
Yeah, because then you're thinking about that, and if a ball that's in play hits it, then you have to play it off that ball, and it's almost impossible to play it. So it's your opponent's point when it hits that ball. So here we are, fourth break point of this game. It's a big game because either Sharon goes up 4-2 or it goes to 3-3.
Yeah.
And Berkeley's struggling with her serve right now in this game.
And double. Well, I thought she was going to call that out. I thought it was a little wide.
It did look wide. And that's going to go long, though.
Yeah, she went for a lot on that one, which surprised me because she hasn't gone for those big power hits. And, sometimes you just got to stick to your game. Stick to what's working.
That's steady play back.
Yeah.
So here we are, 4-2. We'll see if Sharon can consolidate this break this time. It's hard on a day like this when it's windy, but it's almost like she needs to get that toss up a little higher.
Yeah.
Coach Grandel is coming on over to watch this match now. Love 15. Nice serve. It's a nice serve, but Berkeley got a good return back that fell short, and Sharon didn't respond quick enough.
Yeah.
So here we are, love 30.
It's long.
Love 40. So on our other singles courts,
Yeah, Mallory took the first set, and she's took the first game of the second set. So she's rolling along pretty good here today.
And our athlete on third singles is up 4-1 in the first set.
Yeah.
Though at fourth singles, it looks like the Scots are up 3-0 in the first set. But it's hard to tell from this angle because the wind might be moving these scorecards around a little bit too. 15-40.
Nice. That was a beautiful point. She was very patient, waited for the time to get up to the net.
Especially when she missed that shot the last time, that backhand volley. So that took a lot of courage for her and to be bold to get up there, and she hit a lot better. She hit that shot a lot better this time. By stepping into it, she was up closer to the net.
Yep.
30-40 add out.
She was in a much better position.
We got a break point here. Big point here.
Yeah, that serve looked long again, too, I thought.
Nice deep shot by Sharon, and that one was out. So we switch sides with Sharon still up 4-3.
Back on serve. So, want to thank our sponsors, Byron Township, a community on the move.
And Gaines Charter Township.
Along with our bronze sponsors, Fast Signs,
Pete's Grill and Tavern,
and Promo. Would you like a copy of today's game or any other event covered by BCTV? Not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website at www.byrontv.com for either a Blu-ray or DVD of whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15 and DVDs are just $10. Again, call 878-6781 or visit www.byrontv.com to order your Blu-ray or DVD today. So both girls getting talked to from their coaches. And Berkeley is going to go ahead and serve.
Both girls have broken serve today, yes.
Ooh, yeah. Got that one way off the top of her racket. She was very patient waiting for that ball to come down.
What a shot.
Wow.
Shot of the first set.
Yeah.
She ran wide for that, and that was on her two-hand backhand.
Yeah. Just a great job of keeping that really low. It went to Berkeley's backhand and just, it was behind her. She couldn't really do. It was strong. Had good pace on it.
Love 15. Good serve.
I'm seeing Berkeley starting to come out with a little bit more power.
Well, it's hard in this wind.
Yeah.
You have to commit to that shot.
Yeah.
And hit through that wind. But she finds herself down, love 30. Still struggling with that first serve.
Yep. Yeah, and double fault.
So we have a triple break point for Sharon.
Yes, this is a big game for her to be able to serve out the set.
Nice shot.
Yeah, I would like to see her commit a little bit closer to the net. When Sharon came up, she was a little hesitant on whether or not she wanted to be up there at that point or not. And she needed to really commit to staying up there, but that was a great shot by Berkeley.
15-40. Good call.
Yep.
Berkeley basically said, you know what, you can hit that shot, I can too.
Yeah.
It was the second time we saw that shot.
Yep.
Earlier in the game, it was by Sharon. Passing the girl up at the net with that two-hand backhand.
Yep.
Good call.
Yep.
So Sharon goes up again, 5-3. We're going to see if she can serve out this first set. She's had her opportunities whenever she has broken to then win the next game, but she's lost that next game. So we'll hope that she can get some good first serves in here and play a smart game and move on to the second set. So 5-3, love.
Nicer.
She fell back on that.
Yeah, she
forehand.
came back and she went like high to low with her racket. Instead of coming up under it and
Love 15. I like how she's taking her time here, though. She's not rushing. Both girls are struggling with their first serves right now.
But she does a good job, though, even between serves. One of the better ones I've seen in a little while of not rushing between.
Yes.
It gets easy to miss that first serve and just toss up the second one and not take your time and just take a breath.
On a normal day, it's so important to take time, but even more on a windy day like this.
It's down. Love 30. Nice. That backhand.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough. She's got such a great angle on that.
$15-30. Second serve.
All right, 30-all.
So the Lady Dogs are up 3-0 in the second set at second singles.
And third singles looks like she just took her first set, so they're going to be starting their second set. And fourth singles looks like Byron came back a little bit there and still trailing, but 2-3. They were down 3-0, so.
And on that double fault, Berkeley has a break point, and she's getting some encouragement from Coach Chris, who happens to be her dad, on the sidelines here. So Sharon's serving 30-40.
Wide.
And that was wide. Sharon's doing a nice job on those close calls, calling them out if they're out.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Yeah, we want to be honest, but we don't want to give them away either.
No, and sometimes you see that when
Yeah.
kids don't want to call it out if it's really out. See it more often with girls than you do with boys. Second serve, deuce. Those double faults have snuck into the service games of both girls.
Yeah. Made a big impact on both of them.
So here we are at out. Berkeley's fighting to get
Stay in
to
this
4 to stay in the set. And that return is one way to do it. She's going for it. There we go.
There we go.
So we switch sides with Berkeley now down 4-5. We're back on serve once again. We'd like to thank our silver sponsors, Family Fair,
University of Michigan Health West,
Orthopedic Associates of West Michigan,
and XYZ Motors.
and our athletic gold sponsors, Armor Roofing and Construction,
And the Center for Physical Rehabilitation.
The girls are not taking their traditional 90-second break. They're just switching sides and getting at it here. Neither coach was over here.
Nice.
Good stab. And she angled that well. Good get by Berkeley.
Yeah, that was a good point. She did a good job at the net.
Well,
Stuck with it.
She didn't put too much on it. She just
No.
angled it.
Yep. But today, I don't know if, you know.
Love 15. But Berkeley is quick. She was able to.
Yeah.
Sharon had to earn that point.
Oh, for sure. She set her feet too soon and had to, and then it's kind of reaching for that instead of taking that extra, step and a half to get yourself in a good position to get that ball.
$15-all.
Nice.
She hit a nice deep approach shot that forced the error, and Berkeley saw her again coming up to the net. 15-30.
Oh, pushed him long. So 30-all.
Long.
Yep. Good call.
We have our first set point.
Set point.
Berkeley serving down 30-40 to Sharon.
And that's the first set. 6-4.
We've always said that sponsorship is the golden rule, or sportsmanship is the golden rule in action. But why should it stop when the game is over? Now more than ever, we need to respect each other and treat each other with common decency, not only between the lines, but outside the lines in our daily lives. In sports and in life, nothing beats good sportsmanship. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
All right, Coach Crandall's going to come over and talk to Sharon.
So Sharon has just finished her first set, while Mallory at second singles
just won.
She's walking off the court. It looks like it was 6-0, 6-0.
Yeah. So dominating day for her. Coach Wilson going to come over and talk to Berkeley.
Everyone in sports is in search of the elusive perfect game, making every shot, completing every pass, striking everyone out, getting each call right. That's right. Game officials enjoy the competition and seek perfection just like the players do. If you still have that competitive streak and want to help kids by giving back, maybe becoming a high school official is for you. To register, log on to mhsaa.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
All right, so Sharon's going to go ahead and start off this second set.
Now serving from the other side of the court, because she has been serving from the, started serving from the other side.
Ooh.
Good second serve. She was going for that short little angle, but let it drop. And again, that's a tough shot to time. It's almost like she backed off a little bit on it. It's up on her back foot. Follow BCTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 or on YouTube at BCTV.25 to stay up to date on our productions and news. Love 15.
Good choice. I was wondering if she was going to leave it there or not, but a lot of power, and the wind is coming across the court.
Love 30.
Love 40.
So common sometimes to see this in a player after winning that first set. There's a little bit of a letdown or just lack of focus going into the second set.
Right.
But she played so hard to earn that first set. She's not going to give up these opportunities. She knows that every game's important.
Yeah.
Nice point. Yep. Came up really well.
Yep.
Excellent approach shot and put away the volley. So here we are, 15-40. She's got 2 more break points to fight off. that shot did not go over, so it's now 30-40. It was almost like the wind was going to pull it over. That's a tricky shot if it does go over and then the wind can take it back. That's one of the few times when a player can actually reach over the net to hit if the wind has carried the reply back over. So here we are, 30-40. Nice job waiting for that ball to bounce because Berkeley had Berkeley made a late call.
Yeah.
And Berkeley wins that first game of the second set.
Yeah, that was a little bit late.
But if she truly felt it was out, it was a good reason to call it. Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
All right, so Berkeley is going to serve, going in with a 1-0 lead here in the second set.
Good serve. Sharon hits an inside-out forehand, moving a wave, and then wins that point.
I think Sharon called that long.
Sharon did call that, yeah. 15 all.
Nope.
Sharon worked really hard on her game this last year. She, of course, came through our middle school program with Coach Austin, who does an awesome job at the middle school. But for a freshman to come out and get that first singles spot, that's impressive. It just shows how hard she put the time in on the court at Premier.
Yep.
She
it makes a big difference.
Does a lot of those drills over there. I'm sure Berkeley works out somewhere as well. You can't be a freshman coming out and earning that spot if you haven't worked on your game during the off season. So here we are, 15-30. Again, a potential breaking service game, which has been the pattern of this match so far.
And 15-40, so here is our break back.
Both girls really struggled in that first set holding serve. And neither really double faulted until later on in the set.
Yeah.
But that wind on the toss is tricky.
Yep.
So Berkeley's has 2 points here. We got 2 break points. Sharon's going to try to earn one of them to get this back to a 1-1 even second set.
Nice, right on the back line there. And another one.
She's hitting really nice deep
That
shots.
was long.
And that shot was out.
Yep.
And Berkeley's looking over. She didn't think it was out, but
it was.
Her father over here is signaling to her, yes, it was out. So 1-1. Even if it were not out, it's good for a coach or a parent over here to just say it was out so that the player isn't thinking about that.
Yeah. That can stick in your head for a little while if you let it. Nice serve.
Yeah, nice and wide, and Berkeley did an excellent job to get it back.
Oh, that was a wonderful volley.
Yes, because Berkeley had that down low.
It was low, and she just blocked it. Like there was no swing in that at all. She just had her racket low. Her racket head was above her handle. Got way down there and just got it back.
15 love. There's that double fault again.
Yeah.
15 all. $15.30. Could serve out wide. Berkeley gets there with two hands. What a
Nice
shot.
Yeah.
Well placed.
Mm-hmm.
1540. Server has 2 break points against her again.
But she's been in this spot before
She has.
and been able to get out of it, so we'll see if she can do it again. There's one back.
$30.40. What a return.
Yeah, it was a great return.
Just went for it. So Berkeley finds her second lead in this second set, changing sides 2-1. She's going to be fighting to earn this second set,
Yeah.
to force it to a third set. We wouldn't be able to provide the programming for you without the generous support of our sponsors. So we would like to thank our BC Bronze athletic sponsors,
Fast Signs
Pete's Grill and Tavern,
and Promo. Along with our silver sponsors, Family Fair,
University of Michigan Health West,
Orthopedic Associates of West Michigan,
and XYZ Motors,
and then our gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction,
and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation. Well, the wind has died down a little bit here. Mhm. That was out.
Mhm.
Good call. Love 15. It comes and goes.
Yeah,
That's tricky when you're playing a match like this.
yeah. Because you start adjusting to the wind, and then the wind stops, and then
Mhm. This is going to come down to the mental part of tennis, because
Yeah.
both of these freshmen both know that they have a chance to win this match.
oh yeah,
Who's going to be able to handle this wind and the mental part of coming off this court with the first conference dual match win of the season?
too much, too much.
And
Need to
Berkeley's
be a
up.
little bit more patient.
Yep.
It wasn't time to finish that point.
30-15.
Let the point play out just a little bit longer. And that'll be a left, so she'll get that first serve again. Yep. That good backhand return.
It was almost like the ball landed and moved on Berkeley.
Yeah.
She didn't look like
Yeah,
she was set for that.
Yeah, because her feet were set, and then it just kind of like, it took a weird skid or something, and it moved, and she just was not ready.
30 all. Good call. That
yeah,
was
that
out.
one blew right back into her.
40-30. Berkeley has a game point. And that was out. So Berkeley goes up 3-1 in the second set. Runs up to switch the scorecard. Usually we see that just on every other game when the girls are switching sides. But not a bad idea to just make sure that she and the opponent knows what the score is, because we've been around long enough where we've seen where matches end up
looks like
being affected by that.
Third singles is up 5-0 in their second set.
And at fourth singles, it appears that the Lady Dog lost the first set.
Yeah, and they're just starting their second set. That was a great shot.
Nice. So Berkeley did something that hasn't happened recently in this match, and that's holding serve and taking a lead.
Yeah.
We'll see if Sharon can hold serve. It's a big game here because she either goes down 1-4 or she grows closer to 2-3.
Yep.
Coach Crandall knows that this is an important game here. Now he comes over to watch what's going on over here. Love. It's back to 15 all here then. But she's taking her time.
Yep. Boy, both girls just struggling on their serves today.
Okay, so Berkeley was trying to have her repeat her second serve, but she's elected to not do so.
She did.
She did.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange. Usually an opponent doesn't say something, but Berkeley thought she caused a hindrance there by moving a ball.
Yeah.
15-30. So she'll get a second serve here again because the ball hit the net and fell in the correct box. Nice serve down the tee.
Right up the middle.
She changed the spot where she's been serving it. She hasn't served too many of those down the tee. Nice forehand drive by Berkeley, but she elects to move back rather than head up to the net.
Yeah.
And she shows some fire there by giving herself a little fist bump. She knows that's an important point.
Yeah.
It's 15-40. She could go up 4-1.
Yeah.
Lady Dog on the fourth singles court is up 2-0 in the second set. So she's got a long task ahead of her, but she can do it if she fights back after losing the first set.
Double fault
so Berkeley goes up 4-1 as they
Yeah.
switch sides, and Coach Crandall will talk to Sharon.
Yeah, they both girls struggling serving, and it's going to be a tight enough match where we can't give those points away. We need to really make our opponents earn each point. So.
We'd like to thank some sponsors: Byron Township, a community on the move.
And Gaines Charter Township.
We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community, and one way that makes the biggest impact is in the form of sponsorship. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content.
All right, so we'll see if Mr. Crandall is able to get Sharon a little pumped up there to go out. She's got quite a bit of a deficit to work herself out of, but definitely doable.
Our Lady Dog at third singles has come off the court with a win. So we have a win at 2 and 3 singles.
It looks like since the first and second doubles are off as well. I can't tell what their scores were, but
Oh. Second serve.
that was a great job.
That was that two-hand backhand
Yep.
return that she did so well in the first set.
Yeah.
And she did some nice work there by getting up to the net to hit the volley the other way. I like how Sharon is able to change direction of the ball there off
Yeah.
that two-hand backhand. She was going cross
That's
court,
what-
and then
yep.
she put one down the line. That's not an easy thing to do
Yeah.
by changing the direction of the ball. There's that angle
God,
again.
she hits that ball so low, and it just dies.
And Sharon breaks serve.
Yep. So 2-4. It's a big serve game here.
Sharon really needs to hold serve here. Get
Yep.
some first serves in. She's really
Yeah.
had a difficult time getting in her first serves. But
Yeah,
if you
we
just
have-
get in your first serve, then you take some pressure off getting
Yeah.
that second serve in. It's not like Berkeley's going to hit winner after winner on returns of serve.
Right.
That's just not Berkeley's game.
Yeah.
Though she has hit some winners today, it's not something that I've seen as a pattern of hers
Right.
on returns of serve. She generally just will get the ball back. And usually with some pace down the middle of the court. Good stab. And that's going to go. That was a tough point that Sharon had there because she had to time that well by moving up.
Right, but she put the pressure on Berkeley, and Berkeley knew she had to, she's tough at the net, so she had to go over her, and with this wind, it's hard to do that.
15 love. Oh. So that is Berkeley's point.
Yeah.
She didn't necessarily mean to do that, but Sharon was not able to reply to that. Net core. 15-0. Berkeley changed the direction of the ball there too. It was going cross court, was able to take her forehand down the line.
Push long.
She goes for that shot, but doesn't have a lot of slice on it. It's almost like she wants to drop it short, but it bounces up high and then usually goes a little longer. 30-15 for Sharon.
Just did not have her feet set. Or had them set too soon.
Yeah, she needed an extra step.
Yeah.
And again, there was no top spin at all. It was going to be a dry, flat shot. 30 all.
Push it long.
Wow. Berkeley does not make those types of errors. She's usually pretty steady on those returns. Unless Sharon has forced an error, but that serve was returnable.
Yeah. There hasn't been much as far as either one of them with their serves that they have forced a lot of errors.
Second serve for Sharon. She's serving out this game. She's up at game point, 40-30. That's more of the return Berkeley's had. Nice steady return cross court. And Sharon pushes that wide. So it goes to deuce. Second serve again. Gets that second serve in to her backhand. It kind of moved. And now we have an add out. Berkeley wants this to go up 5-2 in the second set. This is a big point.
This is a very big point.
It's her first break point of this game. And it's on a second serve. A lot of pressure on Sharon here on the second serve.
Nice right on the line.
Wow. That was a tight point.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sharon meant for that to be as close, and Berkeley's reply here was very close as well on the side. So deuce.
Her calls have been very consistent though throughout the game.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Their calls have been very clean, and I haven't seen questionable.
They've had to call some close ones, but they were out.
Yep.
Like that one. So Sharon goes up another game point. She needs this to pull it to 3-4.
boy.
Okay, so Berkeley had one of those
Yep,
earlier,
yep.
and
Tit
Sharon.
for tat there.
Yeah, so it's now 3-4. That was a
3-4.
really big game there.
Yeah, that was a very big game for Sharon. So she's going to, they're going to switch sides. Berkeley's going to serve and see if Sharon can break serve to tie this up at 4-4 in the second.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsman-like qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the values of educational athletics.
We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with the community, and one that makes the biggest impact is in the form of a sponsorship. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content. So Coach Ely just finishing up talking to Sharon here.
Yeah, they have 90 seconds.
Yep. So
And you had mentioned earlier the officials at the state tournament. They really
watch
watch
that.
They time that. And these girls have been great today. In fact, they've had very short side changes.
yes.
That
Yeah,
was
because sometimes they didn't even, take the full. So
15 love for Berkeley. Sharon's going to have to work
Yeah,
through
this is
some battles with
yeah.
with this win, but also with herself and making
Yeah.
sure that she's getting her returns, and she doesn't want to give away free points like that,
Yep.
especially when she's still in the second set.
yeah, this is a big game right here.
15 love. Wow.
Oh, nice point.
When she's on, she just makes it look so
Yeah.
easy. And she hits a nice deep shot, forces the error there. 15 all.
Yeah.
Sharon was a little off there, but it is
Yeah.
15 all. Good steady ball there by Sharon. She changed up the pace of the ball. That
She's
was
just
awesome.
moving it from one side to the other and just making her run.
15-30.
Oh.
30 all. Well, we knew this was going to be an intense match
Yeah.
early on when they had some long
Yeah.
points.
That
Nice
was a
return.
great shot. And break point.
Berkeley hasn't gone for like a chop shot off that forehand, and she tried it there, but she didn't really commit to the point. Good return off an excellent serve.
And stays in it. Deuce.
Just keeps going back and forth here.
Mhm.
And that was long.
That's long.
The wind pushed that one.
Yeah.
So Berkeley has a game point.
She went for too much on that one. She wanted to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Just wasn't time.
Deuce.
So now we're
That's
back
really
to deuce.
that's not her game though. She's got to
Nope.
stick to that game plan.
Yeah.
She needs to get herself into the point a little bit, move Sharon around, and then we have seen her hit some of those winners, but
Yeah.
not that early in a point.
Right. Got to be patient.
That was right on the line.
Yeah, it was right on the line. So, chance again for Sharon to break this game.
Sharon's taking her time. The returner needs to play to the pace of the server, but I like how Sharon's taking her time, not rushing to get over there. She knows how important this point is,
Yep,
and she
and
earned
she
it.
got it.
And it goes to
All
4-4.
right, so 4-4. And this will be a big game if she can hold this serve. It's going to be big. To be able to go up 5-4 and try to break.
She was down 1-4.
I know. Oh,
But she needs to get her first serves in.
yes. Her double faults have hurt her the last few games, so we need to.
That's a good first serve right there.
Yep.
Take some pressure off. But
Yep,
then
just
she
long.
hit that shot long, so it's love 15. Sharon's starting to talk to herself a little bit too. She's trying to pump herself up. Berkeley's been pretty calm. We really haven't seen a lot of emotions from her, but Sharon has started to talk to herself, get herself motivated, pump herself up. She knows how important this is. That was almost a double bounce, but she got there.
Yeah.
Good angle. There's that lob again.
And that was a good choice.
Mhm.
She thought about swinging at that, but knew the wind coming from the west might pull that out, and it did.
15-all.
So that was a smart move. Oh, she called that in. I thought that was out.
The serve looked like it was long.
Yeah, it did. And I think Sharon thought it was long, and so I think she was surprised when it was returned. And
But you got to play the ball and
Yep.
what the opponent has said, so it's 15-30. Pulling Berkeley up, but Berkeley will back up. She doesn't really get to the net.
yeah,
often.
she doesn't. She's been up there a couple times, but that's definitely she's definitely a baseline player.
30-all. At the end of a set like this, every point's important.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon's taking some time here. Nice serve.
Man, why?
Just mentally goes away every once in a while
Yeah.
there because there was no reason for her to make that error.
Yeah.
But again, she's dealing with this wind.
Yep.
This tight match here.
Yep. She used to play
Add out.
just some high percentage ground strokes.
And
Yep.
we see that with Berkeley
Yep.
too.
Yep.
So back to deuce.
Don't have to go for a ton, just high percentage. Keep the ball in the court.
Let your opponent, or make your opponent earn the point.
Yeah.
Cut back on the unforced errors, and there's
And that's
another
long.
unforced error.
Yep.
So Sharon has a game point here
Yep.
to get her first lead in the second set. Add in. Nice second serve.
Yeah.
Sharon took some pace off that forehand there. And she did on that backhand too. She's playing a more conservative
Yep.
point. And she gets up there.
Oh, shoot.
And she had the shot she needed.
Yep.
She was kind of in an awkward position there when she tried that.
Yeah.
It's almost like with it's windy like this to let it bounce and go for a little
just
doink.
a little tiny swing, but back to deuce.
Berkeley can get those lobs back with that one hand. Okay. That's a tough shot.
Yeah.
Good point by Berkeley. That was an
Yeah.
excellent point by Berkeley.
Yeah.
And that earns her a break point.
Yep.
Add out. And that's going to go
So
back to deuce. We have a huge middle school program.
Yes.
Coach Austin has huge numbers. They do actually 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Oh, okay.
And the girls now have come in. They're lining up to support this match. It appears to be one of 2 matches still out there on the facility.
Yeah.
So we have a deuce here. Big game. That was long,
Yeah,
and Berkeley
she
played
played
it.
I was surprised. I think that again, that caught Sharon off guard. That she played that.
So add out.
Oh, that's
Such a long game to
Yeah.
end that way. So unfortunate.
Yeah.
Berkeley goes up 5-4. We wouldn't be able to provide the programming for you without the generous support of our sponsors. So we would like to thank
Byron Township, a community on the move.
and Gaines Charter Township
I want to thank our gold sponsors, Armored Roofing and Construction.
and the Center for Physical Rehabilitation.
So it looks like both girls are going to get some advice from coaches. It was going to be interesting if Sharon would have been able to pull that one off. That would have been quite a mental mountain for Berkeley to recover from, because Sharon came back and, as we said earlier, was down 4-1 and won 3 games in a row.
But the
Almost
ladies,
4.
but the ladies got break
Yeah.
serve again, and here she is serving for the match, or serving for the second set.
Second set.
Up 5-4. Love. Nice. Change the direction of that ball. Nice down the middle shot. Sharon's. Let's play a nice conservative point here, but
Just wide.
So if they were to go to a third set, the ladies would have a break between the
Yeah.
between the second and third set, and they had to play out a full set.
Yeah.
Because this is a dual conference meet. At tournaments, they occasionally will play a 10-point tie break, so it's the first one to 10 points winning by 2. But because this is a conference duel,
Yeah.
they would play a full set. Berkeley has a second serve that goes in. She's up 15 love.
And And good shot.
Moved up well for that. 30 love for the Lady Scott. And Sharon's not sure what the score is here. Or she's walking
going
over to get that ball.
There. Yeah. So
follow BCTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at BCTV25 or on YouTube at BCTV.25 to stay up to date on our productions and news. Sharon's taking her time getting back.
She is. Nice shot.
Yes. Sharon's getting mad.
Yeah.
And she's had an excellent return there cross court, but she really went for that forehand. She knows that she lost that opportunity in the last game to be up. She needs to focus, be smart here, call the balls out if they're out. That was out. And cut back on the unforced errors.
Yeah.
Berkeley was able to chop.
Those great returns. They're just low to the net.
$30 all. This game seems to be taking forever, Shelley, because the ball keeps rolling over there on the other court. But here we are, 30 all. And still struggling on serve.
Yep. Yep, that double fault. So there's Sharon's opportunity to break serve.
Would you like a copy of today's game on any other event covered by BCTV? Not a problem. Get a hold of us at 878-6781 or through our website at www.byrontv.com for either a Blu-ray or a DVD or whatever event you're looking for. Blu-rays are only $15, DVDs are just $10. Oh,
that's a lap.
She's going to get a first serve there because the ball hit the net and went in the box that she was serving to. Got that first serve in there. She's playing it safe there.
Yep.
Loopy ball. And that's going to go deep.
Out. Yep. So Sharon breaks. So we go 5-5. And we're in the second set.
Let's see if Sharon can hold serve now.
Hold serve and then see if she can hold serve and break again.
She came so close in that last game.
Yeah.
She served. So Shelley, can you see what the scorecard is on that fourth singles court?
4-2, Byron Center leading.
Okay, and she lost the first set, so
yep.
She might be going to a third set.
Sharon coming to the net again. Yep. Oh, very good shot.
Berkeley dropped it short by chopping under that forehand and pulled Sharon up, and then she was able to hit that lob. So love 15. Nice serve.
Yeah, took advantage of the wind, died down for just a second.
But an unforced error.
Yep.
It wasn't like Berkeley had a lot on that return. It was a good return, but it wasn't something that should force an error.
No. It was definitely returnable. And
Sharon needs to be bouncing around a little bit, making sure that her feet are set and ready for little subtle adjustments. Okay.
Oh, wow. That was beautiful.
Smart. Didn't swing at it, just
Nope.
basically tried to block it cross court away from her opponent. Taking a few extra seconds here. She's thinking about the score. It's
30-15.
Yes. 15-30. Sharon has 15. Her opponent 30. 15-30. And that was
30
out.
all.
30 all.
And left.
Should get a second serve. Nice angle.
Yes. That gives her game point.
It's a good angle, but she cut it short underneath. And these last two games have seemed like they've taken as long as the first set.
Yes.
These girls are...
They're working for everyone.
They are, and these balls keep rolling over now. It just shows how the wind has changed, but we no longer have Mallory over there helping at the second singles
Yeah.
court to throw the ball over. Her opponent helped earlier. So here we are, add in 40-30 for Sharon. Gets that second serve in. We get a good return to the middle of the court. She goes for it. And
She called it.
Sharon called a late call saying that
Yeah.
ball was out.
Yeah, she had called it out, and it was out.
It was out, but it was a late call.
Yeah.
And she wasn't
she
very...
put her finger up. I think she just didn't verbalize it, but yeah, that's why it's always important to
Call it quickly.
call it quickly and loudly, and
She did put her
especially, sometimes just putting your finger up when, if you can't get, it's obvious you're not going to be returning it, but if you're going to be returning it, you need to make sure you're vocalizing it. We here at BCTV are always looking for new opportunities to connect with our community, and one that makes the biggest impact is in the form of a sponsorship. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of BCTV and would like more information, call 878-6780. Sponsorship rates are affordable, tax deductible, and help bring you even more community-oriented content.
Quick side change. Coach Wilson, head coach for the Caledonia team, had a few words to say to his player, and Sharon draws the first point.
Yeah, this is a big game.
Because Berkeley finds herself down now, love 15.
Yeah, and if Berkeley does pull off this game, then we will go to a tiebreaker for this set.
That'll be a tiebreak to 7 points, winning by 2.
Yep.
Oh, it was almost a double bounce,
Yeah,
but she got there.
Very patient at the net.
Didn't put that
Ooh,
first one away, though.
She needed to put that first one away.
She let Berkeley back into the point.
Yeah.
Needed to angle it.
Yep.
I like that she wasn't going for a lot of pace on a windy day like this,
Right.
but she needed to angle it away from her opponent. So it's 15 all. Out.
And double vault.
And just that subtle movement by Sharon to move that ball could have startled Berkeley, and she lost some focus.
Yeah.
But that's all part of the game. On a windy day like this, you got to make sure the balls are off the court.
Yep, she's doing it. Yeah,
doing it again. She doesn't want that ball falling on her court. Well, she's in the middle of the point. Nice angle.
Yep, and we have a match point. 15-40.
Really impressed with how Sharon didn't let a deficit of 1-4 bother her. She's had some tough situations and some battles getting back here, but
she held her composure well.
Yep, she finds herself 15 up. Well, she's in this game 15-40, 2 break points, 2 match points for the Lady Dog, and it's on a second serve here as the wind picks up.
Yeah. Oh, all right. She's still got one more opportunity.
And the fourth singles match looks like it's over.
Oh, yeah.
So the Caledonia
able to hang on there.
Was able to win that match. Here we are, second match point. Sharon took some off. She's playing a steady point here.
This is what she needs to do, though.
Move the ball around. No unforced error.
Yep.
And
just keep it in play. Just keep it in play.
Wait for her opportunity if she can.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to give away this point.
Right.
No unforced error. And of course we know Berkeley has that mentality too.
Yep. But there it is. That's the game.
And the match.
And the match. So Byron Center comes away with a win today against Caledonia, 6-4, 7-5 here at First Singles. We are so glad that you were able to join us, and on behalf of myself, Shelley Nausen,
and Randall Domeyer,
we look forward to seeing you again soon.